Dun, 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 dun. Love and Hip Hop ATL, Season 6, Episode 6, Frenemies. Another night of no Mimi, but that's alright. It started off where it left off with Jocelyn walking into Melissa's bar, and Jessica Dime is the only chick out of all the people that she wanted to show up. That's the only person that showed up. And Jocelyn was looking at Jessica Dime like, does she have a problem with me? I hope she ain't come here to start problems. But Jessica Dime, she just wasn't going to go ahead and be like so happy about being in her baby daddy video without talking about the issues that supposedly Jocelyn didn't like her and da-da-da-da-dee, and they used to be friends in Miami, and stuff like that. So after talking it out, Jocelyn ended up being willing to apologize, and Jessica Dime is so eager and happy to accept Jocelyn's friendship again, so they buddy-buddy now. And Jessica Dime asks about Stevie, so what's up with you, what's up with the baby and stuff, and she was like, her and Stevie not together, and she alright with that, da-da-dee. Savannah and Stevie J is riding in an Uber, and she like, where we going? Because, Stevie J is daddy now to his kids. She hopped on a train to move in with him, and his other daughter, Sade, she wants to take a break from college and live with Stevie J. So he's ready to play daddy. So they pull up to this country looking house, I guess, had like horses or something there. Come to find out it's their new house. And the sister Sade is already in the crib, because they trying to decorate the house because that's their place now. And Stevie lets them know that, maybe Jocelyn and Bella's going to be moving in. And they like, what? And he like, yeah, we're going to be one big happy family. And they was like, well, if we're going to be a one big happy family, that means you're going to have to talk to your son. And the son, Dorian, is who they talking about. Dorian supposedly, putting family business out there, which was like upsetting to Stevie. So he felt like if Dorian is willing to apologize now, because it's been like over a year, if he's willing to apologize, he's willing to move on from the situation because he hasn't seen his 2-year-old grandson, and he does love his son. But, he do want an apology. Mariah, she's looking around at this space, and come to find out she wants to open a night spot. But it costs money, to open the night spot. So she needs a partner, an investor into her night spot. And the person that she wants to get the investment from, even though she said this person already been giving her the monies that she be wanting, walking in is Shooter, Sierra's husband. And she talking about she needs $70,000 from him, basically off top. Even though she says in her confessional or whatever that, every time they meet up to see each other, whatever, he always ends up giving her $1,000 or whatever. So what she been doing with that money? And now she needs a big one. And all this is to keep her mouth shut from the fact that the wife don't know that they playing around. And Shooter's like, nah, he ain't gonna be able to do that. Jock and Treasure, they working, at the radio station or whatever, and on their break, she wearing her little dress, and Jock is admiring that already, talking about this is what you wearing to work, and she's like, I can wear all kinds of things. But anyway, she lets him know that she knows about, him being with other women and stuff, and that she feels guilty, and that she would like to let Senna know or whatever. And he all like, man, you could just do what you gotta do, mind your business, or say what you gotta say. And she all like, that scene was kinda, but yeah. Mariah and Mimi, they meet up to do yoga. It was lovely Mimi's idea, and Mariah ends up deciding to talk about how she wants to open her little night spot, and she reveals to her that she's sleeping with Shooter because, she was like, well, who's this person helping you out? And she was like, it's one of my side dudes. And she already let Mimi know that the side dudes are usually these married men. And Mimi's face turned real quick. It seemed like she just, don't like, messed up chicks, and it looks like Mariah's a messed up chick. And she was all like, what you doing? You doing that? Even though she don't even like Sierra, she just know it's wrong. And she was all like, you gonna have to do something about that. And she was like, well, I'm just gonna do what I want. I'm getting what I want from him, and we've been doing this for over a year, and it's all his fault, and he pays me so I can keep quiet, and he gonna do this for me. Jock goes to see Cena. Cena in the apartment with her twins and the babysitter, and the babysitter is getting a lot of love from the twins because it looks like the kids rather be with the babysitter than with the mother on camera seeing their daddy. And Jock walks in there trying to find out if Rod and Cena have anything going on. And instead of her saying, you know, well, I talked to him on the phone a couple of times, she says, we kinda dating. Cena just don't know what to do. She wants to be with Jock, but she talks and acts crazy. And, you know, they just laughing it back and forth. And he all like, well, I better not see him around my kids walking out the door. And she all like, what? Jock, oh, not Jock. Stevie, he goes to get the DNA test. And he says, nobody forced me to get this DNA test. I'm doing it all on my own. She's 7 months pregnant, and you talking about you not forced. Don't you want to know if you the father or not? Unless you already know you're the father, you don't even have to take the DNA test. You know that you're the father. Lovely Mimi shows up to Jocelyn's shoot for the baby daddy video. And young Dro, for helping out Jocelyn, has Sierra show up to the thing, since it's all about women's empowerment. So Sierra walks in there, and Lovely Mimi is like, oh my gosh. And then Jocelyn's like, if she knew that this was going to go down, she wouldn't have let young Dro invite Sierra, because that's who Lovely Mimi is beefing with at the time. So yeah, that's who walks in, and she all like, well, I don't work at your shop, so I don't have no beefs with you. And then Sierra was like, well, I'm just rich and you're not, and I don't like you, but we alright. So Mimi was not going to go for that, so she just decides to spill the beans and tells that Mariah is sleeping with your man. And Sierra's like, what? Why would you say something like that instead of, being like, are you telling the truth or not? She ended up asking that question. Sierra couldn't handle it. She immediately is texting her man, texting Mariah, ASAP, meet me downstairs, da-da-da. Shooter pops up, in the parking lot, and she basically off top just asks him, are you sleeping with Mariah? He was all like, huh? It ain't even like that. But he ended up saying, yeah. And Sierra was like, I found out from Lovely Mimi. So he all like, dang, Mariah told Lovely Mimi, and then Lovely Mimi told my wife. And so, what's her name? Mariah, she shows up in a Uber van, that white Uber van that we see in all the Love and Hip Hops lately. She pops up and she looking like, huh? What's going on? Still trying to act coy or whatever. But how coy was it when you having the dude Shooter meeting you at your night spot trying to get the money out of him on camera? I mean, the girl is crazy, young and dumb. But she really didn't even want to address Sierra. She really just was on Shooter. Shooter, you're not going to admit your part in this. You're not going to put, tell what you be doing and da-da-da-da-da. So they arguing back and forth, and it ends with Shooter just basically being like, hey, you were just convenient. I don't know you. And Mariah was like, I don't care. You a ratatouille. You a ratatouille. And then he was like, you the one that's opening your mouth telling Lovely Mimi. Lovely Mimi's the one that told. So they all yelling at each other. She all trying to have security hold her back and whatnot. For what? So yeah, she hops in her Uber and leaves, crying. That was Love and Hip Hop, Season 6, Episode 6. Check you later. Peace.